Children, welcome to another geography class today. So let's begin our today's class with a wonderful thought. There is no substitute for hard work. Okay, so if you want to have success, great success in your life, there is really no alternative, there is no option for hard work. So let's continue with our lesson number 2, which we have already started. In the last geography lesson, children, we have seen that if we want to locate any place on the earth, we have to consider one parallel and one meridian. Remember, we have taken example of Delhi and Mumbai. So if you want to locate places like Delhi and Mumbai, we have to consider one parallel and one meridian, that is one latitude and one longitude. Okay, and if you want to describe the extent of a region means what? A big area. In that case, we have to consider two parallels and two meridians, and for that we have taken an example of continent Australia, isn't it? So if you want to locate Australia, isn't it, now the area is big because we want to locate the extent of Australia as a continent, not only the place. So in that case, we have to consider two parallels and two meridians. But if you want to locate one just single place, suppose we want to locate Nagpur, we have to consider one parallel and one meridian. But if the area becomes bigger, then we have to consider two parallels and two meridians. But then what we have to study in today's lesson, let's continue, or let's move ahead. If we want to locate linear features, now what are linear features, children? Continuous features like river or road, isn't it? They are the continuous at a stretch features, isn't it? They are continuous, isn't it? So in a rather we can say in a continuous stretch, at a stretch, isn't it? So they are said to be the linear features. So if you want to locate such places, if you want to locate such features like river or road, then in that case we have to consider latitude and longitude, that is parallels and meridians of their terminal points. Now what are the terminal points or extreme ends? Extreme ends means what, children? Starting point and the end point. They are said to be the terminal points or extreme ends. Again I repeat, if you want to locate linear features, that is continuous features, isn't it? River is long continuous feature, road is also a long continuous feature, isn't it? So if you want to locate such features on earth, on the globe, then we have to consider the latitude and longitude of their terminal points, extreme ends, starting point and end point. Suppose you want to locate any river, then you have to see where this river starts, originates, and where it ends. So you have to consider the latitudes and longitudes of their starting point and the end point. Similarly, if you want to locate for road, then again you have to consider like that the starting and end point of a road. See, one example is written here. We take example of river Nile. River Nile, isn't it, the longest river, isn't it? So where it starts, children, this river Nile? It starts or it originates in Lake Victoria. Okay, and it meets near the city of Alexandria, which is in Egypt. Okay, so which is the starting point of river Nile? It is Lake Victoria. And which is the end point of river Nile? It is city of Alexandria. So how we are going to write down the location for river Nile? Okay, so we have to write down latitude and longitude of Lake Victoria as well as latitude and longitude of city of Alexandria. Why? Because what we have seen just now, that we have to see the latitude and longitude of their starting point and the end point. So which is the starting point for river Nile? It is Lake Victoria. And which is the end point for river Nile? It is the city of Alexandria. So we have written like that, isn't it? So the extent of river Nile, that is the location of river Nile, is written as what, children? 0 degree 45 minutes and 21 seconds south latitude and 33 degree 26 minutes 18 seconds east longitude. This is the location for Lake Victoria, starting point of river Nile. And for Alexandria city, 31 degree 12 minutes north latitude and 29 degree 55 minutes and 7 seconds east longitude, which is for Alexandria city, that is the end point of river Nile. Again I repeat, children, we have to consider what? Starting point and the end point. So which is the starting point for river Nile? It is the Lake Victoria. And where this Lake Victoria is located? This is this south to east, this south latitude and this east longitude. This is the location for Lake Victoria. So we have written first the starting point, isn't it? Then where this river Nile ends, meets in the Alexandria city. And what is the location of Alexandria city? Well, this much, north latitude and this east longitude, isn't it? So we have written for both starting point and the end point. See, starting point and end point. So we have to return latitude and longitude of starting point and end point. Understood this much or not, children? Okay, again I repeat, if you want to locate any single place on the earth, we have to consider one parallel and one meridian, that is one latitude and one longitude. But if the area becomes big, then you have to write down two parallels and two meridians. But if you want to again locate continuous linear features like river or road, then you have to consider the latitude and longitude of their starting point and latitude and longitude of their end points, extreme ends. Okay, so yes, so that's all for your today's geography lesson. But what is your today's homework? You have to write points to remember, which we have just seen. You have to write down those points in your notebook for 2 times. Okay, and learn thoroughly, children. Only writing is not enough, you have to learn equally. Okay, so that's all for your today's lesson. We will again meet in the next geography period. Okay, so till then, bye to all of you and take very good care of your health. Okay, so bye.